It has been exactly 14 weeks since I started rebuilding this portfolio from scratch. And honestly, this is the kind of stage that looks boring from the outside. The portfolio is not huge, the numbers are not life-changing, and nothing here looks dramatic. But that is also the point. This channel is not about pretending small money is big money. It is about documenting what it actually feels like to rebuild slowly, week by week, purchase by purchase, buy by buy. So today, this is the 14-week portfolio update. Right now, the portfolio has 3 holdings: VOO, VXUS, and GLDM. These are the 3 core holdings representing the entire market right now. VOO is currently sitting at around $587.64. I now have about 0.86 shares in this position, and it is up around $22.76. That represents a profit of about 4.07% for this holding. VXUS is sitting at around $295.16. I have about 3.39 shares in this position, and it is up around $12.42. That is about 4.44% total profit for international stocks. GLDM is sitting at around $127.95. I have about 1.54 shares in this position, and it is currently down around $13.37. That is about a 9.56% loss, showing the current downside of gold. VOO being up does not mean I suddenly know everything. It is just one part of the journey. GLDM being down does not mean the plan is broken. It is simply part of the process. It just means the portfolio is doing what portfolios do, moving unevenly. And at 14 weeks in, that is something I need to get used to, the long game. Because the longer this goes on, the more important the habit becomes for success. Not the excitement, not the daily movement, not whether every holding looks good at the same time. The habit? Am I still buying? Am I still following the plan that I set out? Am I still willing to continue when part of the portfolio is red? That is the real question. In week 1, everything feels fresh. You feel like you are starting something new. But by week 14, the novelty is gone. Now it is just repetition and discipline. Another week, another buy, another small increase. This is the steady process of rebuilding. Another reminder that compounding is not exciting at the beginning. It is very slow. It is slow. It is quiet. And sometimes it looks unimpressive to the outside world. But I think that is exactly why this stage matters. It is where the work gets done. Not a perfect habit, not a huge portfolio, but a real one that is growing. Because the goal is not to look impressive at week 14. The goal is to still be here at week 40, week 80, and eventually, years from now, with a portfolio built from boring weeks. So that is the 14-week update. VOO and VXUS are green, GLDM is still red, the portfolio is still small. It is about documenting what it actually feels like, to rebuild slowly, week by week, buy by buy. VOO is currently sitting at around $587.64. So the portfolio is mixed. VOO is green, VXUS is green, GLDM is red. But when one position is red, it reminds me that this is not about reacting to every movement. And this is where 14 weeks feels different from week 1. The novelty has worn off. Because this is where the portfolio starts becoming less of an experiment and more of a habit. After 14 weeks, the portfolio is still small, but it is no longer empty. VOO is growing, VXUS is growing, GLDM is still red, and I am still rebuilding. That is where things stand right now. Nothing dramatic, nothing to brag about. Just 14 weeks of showing up, and for now, that is the part I want to keep protecting. But the habit is still alive, and honestly, at this stage, that matters more than looking impressive.